Afternoon, Thirtlises. You have to excuse me, I've just got out of the bath. As such, probably a bit hot. I like my baths extremely hot. Right, the purpose for this video is, well, just to explain a few things really. You probably have seen Order of Magnitude floating about, and a few of you have subbed to me and whatnot. But you're probably hearing a bit about this Truthseekers lot. What the fuck? What is Truthseekers? Well, let's put this camera down and have a little explain, shall we? Basically, we're going to keep this short because I know my subs have probably heard the story over and over again. I'm bored of it. We used to have a spirit here called Charlie. If you want to see what Charlie looks like, I use him as my avatar. We got a thumping photo of him. He was with us for 10 years. We had some great communication with him. No ghost boxes. This is through clicks, using the dimmer lights up and down. He was a poltergeist as well, would move things. Not to the extent of Michael McD, but McGee. Sorry if I always pronounce your name wrong. I'm sorry, Michael, if you are watching. But yeah, we basically, cut a long story short, had 10 years of great communication. Anyway, as time went on, I found about the ghost box, and I was watching Mortis, and I watched Huff, and a few others, and learned about the ghost box. Great, I wanted one. Anyway, as time goes on, I noticed a certain person starting to make apps and hard sell, and those apps were not, well, at first they seemed like the answer, like, oh my god, but upon further inspection, these apps are not very good. SCD1 Ethereal is a joke. That really is a joke. And the Impossible box, which you never hear, I call it Impossible because it is bull. We never hear from that anymore because it's just utter crap. And also as well, we see the Portal and the Wonder Box, which, for those that don't know, I'm actually addressing this video not to what we truth seekers call the Kool-Aiders. The Kool-Aiders is a term used for those that support Steve Huff in a heavy manner, even though the evidence is right there in front of them, no matter what. This video is more for the people that are just in the dark and unknown. We see the Portal come out, and I was watching closely. I was a blogger, I used to blog. I did stay silent for 10 years, because we thought, me and my wife had such good close contact, that proof that there is something else with intelligence out there that you can't see. We kept it to ourselves, and we promised we'd never sell him out, so to say. And he faded away 2 years ago. Just, you know, what used to be regular occurrence every day, we'd have contact at night. You know, we'd have a lot of contact at night and stuff, and we'd have a chat. It was brilliant. He eventually faded out, so go back to where we are now with Mortis, with his incredible evidence, and others with incredible evidence, and Steve Huff. Evidence that seems shockingly so clear and good, but is actually, when you dig a bit deeper, is not. We learnt of the jump cuts. Well, not learnt, I recognised there as jump cuts. To those that don't know what jump cuts are, it is where, in his video, he'll ask a question, and then the camera will fade to black, and then he'll what you call layer his audio, put his audio on top. It's not recorded live, it's all fake, it really is. And I suppose his newest thing is to add beta word banks, but that's another story. I'm going to keep it very simple as much as I can, okay? And with these apps and the hard sell of apps, and obviously we have the Portal, and the Portal was literally just I kid you not, just a guitar amp with a guitar pedal which gives reverb. And that was allegedly like a telephone to the dead almost, so he proclaims. But the truth of the matter with Portal is that it hinders communication. It doesn't make it better, it hinders it. You can't understand what's being said, but of course that's the purpose. So that certain Mr. Huff can annotate what he likes on screen, put what he likes on screen, make it fit. Now, it all come to a head one day when he... He was doing various versions of the Portal. He did backwards box and things like this, but it all came to head with the Johnny Cash thing. I basically had blown my lid. I'd had enough, and I was never going to do YouTube. Never in a million years. I'm very private. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. Not for me at all. Me and my family are off the grid as much as we can. Can't stand it. But my first video was a rant. I absolutely flipped my shit, and that is because Mr. Huff did a video on Johnny Cash, proclaiming that he was in hell and basically helped him cross. And you know, that's bad enough, but the worst bit was the sheer fraud of the contact. What he had said he had done was, well, let's just look at the facts. What he did do, he basically played a YouTube interview through his little arts and crafts project, the Wonderbox, which makes it backwards. Now, you can't do backwards real time, you know, he says you can. How can you do backward real time when you don't know when the end is? Does that make sense? So if I press the button now to do it real time as I'm talking, how the hell is my box going to know what my ending is to start to flip it over? Does that make sense? You cannot do backwards real time. It's impossible. You can record a segment and then flip it round, but you cannot do it real time. Idiot. Anyway, yeah, Johnny Cash, he played this bloody YouTube video through his backwards thing and kept stopping it in certain places, on lots of jump cuts, and made it look like, or sound like, with his very bad annotations that didn't even sound right, that spirits had manipulated the sound to, you know, for Johnny Cash's voice, and he had saved Johnny Cash by helping him cross because he was in hell, apparently. Oh my fucking good God. Yeah, I blew my lid. So my first video was a rant, and I blew my lid. And people liked what I had to say, and they're like, okay. And then people sort of said, well, who do you recommend then? And I said, well, Mortis the Wizard is one. Frock Paranormal was another. And before I knew it, I started getting the hit list of decent YouTubers. Who are these YouTubers that, you know, don't fraud their stuff but get amazing, you know, evidence? Why couldn't Steve Huff do that? He did used to do it in the beginning. I'd like to point out, I used to watch him in the beginning. He was very good in the beginning. Money gets the better of people, I guess. And before anyone says that's not his job, he doesn't make money, that's his job, he makes money. It takes a lot of time to do a lot of editing. And also as well, if you didn't make money off of it, where the hell did the swimming pool come from, you know? Just come on, work it out, people. I don't care about his money situation, okay? I care about that what is happening, and this is why Truthseekers come about, is he wants to be the number one in the middle, everybody look in this direction, this is Steve Huff, the number one, be all and end all, and that's fine. I even support him if his stuff was real, but it's not real, it's embarrassing. What happens is someone from the public who's not really that interested in the paranormal, but you know, will come along, see his stuff, and they can say a mile, that's not spirit communication, that's man-made sound. Do you know what I'm saying? They can spell that a mile off. Only the real sort of gullible or want to believers can see, you know, can't see it. But yeah, it is complete fabrication of what's going on. And then what happens is Steve Huff is the face of ITC, and that's really sad. He is the face of ITC. Not because I dislike a guy, but because his stuff is fake. And that makes people like me, who have had real contact, forget your ghost boxes, I'm on about before, get real spiritual contact, lived here for 10 years. I've got a photo to prove it, for God's sakes. I mean, I'm not just on about some little photo of some orbs on it. I'm on about a photo. Go to my Google Plus, my personal one, scroll way back, or just ask me for the photo, I'll give it you can have a look if you want. But I use it as my avatar, but I do copyright it because I don't want anyone to nick it, and you know, it's my photo, it's Charlie and Mike, you know. But the point is, yeah, something lived here for 10 years, and you know, he's making a mockery of it. He really is. So I created a community called Truthseekers, and Truthseekers has a couple of rules. Number one, no jump cut editing. You're allowed to edit your stuff to a degree, in terms of, as long as it doesn't compromise your evidence, okay? My own channel, the reason why people subscribe to me is because I don't edit. I roll the camera, off it goes. Now, sometimes sessions don't go great. Sometimes I get nothing. Sometimes I get some fabulous communication. But the point is, that shows you what really happens, you know. Steve Huff is not some sort of spirit maggot. I keep saying maggot because he put maggot one day, it said magnet, so I was stuck. I'm very sorry about that. But it's not a spirit magnet. You know, they would not come all the time. I've also noticed as well that if he had so much communication going on, there'd be swear words. We never hear a swear word out of it, ever, never. Spirits swear, and they get angry sometimes, freaking angry. They say all sorts of things. You know? He's never spoke about the abyss either. The abyss is always mentioned here and there once you get deep into it. Never mentioned it, not once. You know, don't come across it. It's just the same old tired sentences that purport to nothing. They don't go anywhere, it's just random sentences going nowhere. Because it's off an app. And a dud app at that. The only app that I've known to do something any good is EchoVox, actually. And Steve loved EchoVox. Then he fell out with a guy, and suddenly it's rubbish, it's crap. So he's biased as well, so yeah. Can't trust him to trust apps. He only does that. But I'm not here to actually slate Steve as per se. In fact, something good come out of Steve Huff. Something very good come out of him. So thank you, Steve. And that is Truthseekers. Truthseekers is a community. It's not a huge community. But I'm going to give you a list of who is in it in terms of YouTubers. Not to mention all the little ones that start. People are starting their own. They're getting, because I was never going to be a YouTuber, and I now am a YouTuber clearly now. And I run in a community. It's given people some confidence to be a YouTuber themselves and bring what they've got to the table. And they've got some pretty good stuff. Just because they've only got 2 subs, we'll say, does not mean to say that evidence is any good. Do not believe subs as being a prerequisite for evidence. Okay, the amount of subs you have has nothing to do with how good your evidence is. That's very important to know. Steve says he has 124,000 subs, but his views on average are about 4,000. Wherever you have 120,000 people, I do wonder. Doesn't add up. But he buys his subs. I've got to be sure of it because the maths don't add up. If you go to Social Blade, whatever the fuck it's called, it doesn't add up. Okay, none of it adds up. So, and the idea of buying the subs is because, wow, he's got lots of subs. He must know what he's talking about. Yeah, you with me? So Truthseekers come out to be completely honest and open, and I only endorse or ask people to come to Truthseekers if I really do. You know, I watch their stuff, I see their stuff, and if I like them, they're in, or their list. They can come in anyway, if you know, if not, as long as they're not a frauder, as in, you know, edit their stuff hard. So yeah, and it doesn't. You can edit your stuff as long as it doesn't compromise the evidence. That's the main point that I'm trying to make. I roll the camera, as I said, no matter what. So I'm just trying to find who Truthseekers. There we go. So here is a list of YouTubers who are in under our banner, who you can trust to be evidence as it is. And boy, some of their evidence is very good. Forget Mr. Huff. Okay, even in Fantasyland, this blows evidence out the water. And I'm going to start off with one person who is my partner in crime in this, who is my moderator. This isn't bias, this is because he is Mortis number 2. And that's Proving Demons. Forget the name Proving Demons and being all scared of dark, because this is another thing I want to talk about as well. Love and light. Light is truth. Airy fairy marketing gimmick. Sick of that love and light. It's been overused and destroyed. So I don't say love and light. I say peace, love and empathy. Okay? Love and light. Light and truth are not the same thing, okay? Because light is one thing, truth is another. The truth can be dark. I'll give you a good example of this, okay? So, we're restructuring the company. Yeah? Quite positive, quite light. What's the truth of this? Truth of this, you're going to lose your job and be redundant. Now, is that a light truth or a dark truth? It's a dark truth. You see what I'm saying? Some woman is raped, and the fact is, someone over there did it. His name is David. Say David did it. That's the truth. The truth, David raped this woman. Is that light? That's not a nice thing. But it's the truth. You understand? So do not bunch light and truth together. They're 2 separate things. That's a different story altogether. So let's go. Proving Demons. Irish Stevo. EVP Paranormal Science. A Spiritual Journey. Or he has gone his own way now. I've listed him in my... he used to be Kevin's Experiences. He's in my directory. He used to be in Truthseekers, but he wanted to do his own thing. And that's fine, but I still list him because he's bloody good. The High Priestess. This woman can teach you how to do a spirit box properly. You know this business, have you ever seen people do this? They take a spirit box, right? Let me give you an example. And they have it on, so my spirit box is on.
An island with rain spreading east, heavy in places.
They turn it down. Yeah, is there anybody here?
And tomorrow between 18 degrees and
What's your name?
4 in southeast England.
Where are you coming from? Yeah? That's rude. That is like doing this to the spirit. What's your name? And letting them speak. And sticking your hand over their mouth again. Let them speak. Yeah, it's very rude. But people do it, they don't know, you know. But High Priestess will teach you how to conduct a spirit session properly. Mr. Huff ain't going to teach you nothing. He's going to ask the same maniacal questions over and over again to fit in. And he certainly isn't chosen, by the way. The chosen thing came about because of divination books made by Matt Payne. And Matt Payne's got a very bad reputation with his apps. He had a Joe's Box app where he had just a couple of MP3 files on it. So no matter how you use that app, you're always going to get the same results, if that makes sense. No spirit can manipulate that whatsoever. Okay, let's carry on the list. Paranormal Voice UK. She belongs to North Cornwall Paranormal or something, a big group. Mortuary Manor ITC. This guy's embalms dead people, as in real dead people. So his contact's pretty damn good, wouldn't you say? The Dark Realm Paranormal ITC. Mortis the Wizard. Sean's ITC channel. Tarot for You Barbie. Real Paranormal UK. Paranormal X, which is an amazing... yeah. They actually gave me a shout out not so long ago, Paranormal X. That is an honour to be shouted out by them. They know their shit. You know, I recommend them, not because they just gave me a shout out, but I recommended them in the first damn place, and I was so glad when they come aboard. Their evidence is astounding, and they do things properly to the book. Cat Angel. Cat does live streams, so rather than watch Cat in terms of a long 5-hour video, because some people laughed at the idea, no. You're there, okay, with her, doing the stuff, alright? You're on the investigation live with her, you understand? And yes, she was the one that exposed Mr. Huff. Alright, so about this rape porn business and whatnot. She never said he did child porn, let's get that one thing straight, okay? That was Mr. Huff defend himself. I don't care about that, I care about the frauding he done on his bloody spirit box stuff, let's forget that. Austin Paranormal Research. The bravest man in the world this guy is. He goes into some pretty scary places. Well, one place, the Haunted Lake House, which I'd like to see. Well, I don't think I would even go there. And, you know, I'm not going to laugh at Steve Huff for not going there. I wouldn't go there. Contacts in the Dead by Chase, who has a proper Frank's box and Joe's box. Moses or Scary Larry is an amazing channel. Paraghoster, Surrey Paranormal. Southbourne Paranormal, which is Wayne, which is obviously Kat's better half. Frock Paranormal. Frock Paranormal does not exist anymore. He quit, but his evidence is absolutely astounding. He's just turned into Frock and is doing some light-hearted stuff. He's actually quit, but his evidence was amazing. Okay. Ghostwriters Paranormal. Beyond the Veil. Beyond the Veil has just 3 videos, but boy are those sessions with it. What he does, he waits until he's got the perfect session and uploads it. No jump cuts. As it is. Papa Nana Paranormal Investigations. Oh yeah, here's Jane, NC Paranormal UK Mortimer. We've got Merge Paranormal. John Huntington. North Nottingham Paranormal. There's Contact Mortis, which is closing down, just going to become Mortis the Wizard. But those 17 videos on Contact Mortis, you should watch. Yeah, they'll show you what a ghost box session should be about and what should be caught, okay? So yeah, and Soul Reaper I've got here as well, which is part of Paranormal X. There are more, but that was just to give you an idea of who is in Truthseekers. We don't have 1 million members, we have 175. We're not trying to be the biggest or anything. It's not even about that. What it is about you being able to trust what you can watch as evidence. It is not manipulated or changed in any way or form. It is the real deal. And any YouTuber out there that wants to be have the label of being vetted as the real deal, okay, yeah, come and speak to me on, you know, just put a comment on my video or something, and I'll be glad to have you, you know. So yeah, and another thing as well, the ITC Collective is very anal on postings. What is real ITC work? Half the time you have to endorse an app of some sort, like SCD1 or the portal, or it's not deemed real ITC work. Give me a break. That won't happen. You can post your work on my community. If it's edited and all the rest of it, it won't be taken down, but it'll be it'll be ripped to shreds, you know. But people don't. People respect it. People come because they want the truth. They want real evidence, not bullshit, okay? And sometimes real can be a bit boring, sometimes things go wrong. And what a lot of people do, I'll give you an example, like Tom Buckmaster, he was doing quite well, and then it went quiet for him, and the poor lad bloody, because he's got a lot of social media, the poor lad bloody attached a bit of wire to a teddy bear to make a teddy bear move. Fatal mistake, his credibility is now completely ruined, he'll probably never recover from that fully. I mean, as far as I know, he's only done it once. He's not an out-and-out frauder. I'm not here to dismay that, but I can't have him on Truthseekers because of that reason. He's done that once, so he can never come into our group, sadly. So yeah, so sorry Tom, not that you probably want to be on my group, you're doing just fine with 20,000 subs, so you'll be alright. But it's not about subs either, you know, it's not even about that. I'm surprised I've got 600 so far, and that's 600 real people, you know, that's amazing. And I upload daily and they watch daily practically, you know. So yeah, so I just wanted to talk about, you know, Truthseekers and what it's about and where it come from. It did come from, you know, someone who is bad and damaged the ITC community, despite what his followers might think. There's so much to him, it's just unbelievable. I'm not here to bash him, I've done enough bashing, but I wanted people to understand what Truthseekers is, where it comes from. When I hear that word, what is that, some sort of real anal fucking community? Yeah, it might be a little bit anal, a bit clicky, only because if you're a YouTuber or a fertlet, as I call you, we've got our own little words as well. A fertlet, your stuff is going to be the real McCoy. The camera's going to be rolling, and that's that. You know, you're not going to be jump cutting your stuff and layering your audio. If you are, you're not welcome on my community. I'll not endorse you. You know, and we've got some, you know, big names on there. You know, real names. Okay. And they're honest. The subscribers, the figures, everything is honest and above board, and as it should be. Okay. I think that's about it, really. So, you know, when you see that Truthseekers thing, and if you're unsure of Mr. Huff, say you're watching Mr. Huff now and you're thinking, well, I risk too good to be true, or you've watched the Chosen video and you're a bit like, whoa, you know, our Spirit's chosen him because he's so good. What's happened there is an audio bank has been played, basically. And if Steve Huff believes he is chosen, Matt Payne has caused him some serious mental illness because of it, if he actually believes he's chosen. But I don't think he believes it. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. You know, he's a very shrewd businessman, old Huff. I'll give him his credit, he's a very good businessman. If you're interested in debunking him and understanding where the fraud comes from, to learn more, if you are on the fence with this, there's two places you can go. Number one, you can go to my channel. I have over 100 videos on debunking Huff. Some are just talks, but others show what's going on. And a new channel has come out via EVP Paranormal Science Scott. Both me and him actually offered him a live debate about his work, and he could bring who he wants, and he ended up calling us terrorists. Not sensible, is it? You know, really, terrorists. Of course, that's real respectful to those that have, you know, been involved and lost loved ones through terrorism, but that's a different story. But yes, Debunking Huff Paranormal is a new channel, and it's going to go through every single one of his videos and show you the misannotations. It can't really show you the fraud as per se in terms of how do I describe this. He's using an app, right? So at the end of the day, and you know, you're over there and then, you know, if you use an app like SCD1 and Ethereal especially, and Impossible, you know, Ethereal is fucking dreadful. It's just god awful. It just speaks a load of garbage at you. It's all just a load of empty sentiments. I am love. I am light. Yes, and it's all, yeah, and the gear as well. The amount of reverb, that's not for your benefit. Yeah, it sounds a bit spooky, I suppose, to some people, but that's for his benefit, so he can annotate what he wants. And what Scott does is he strips back the reverb and shows you what really is being said. That is Huff's greatest ally, that reverb. You take away that reverb and you ain't got nothing there at all. So, if you're interested in real spirit communication and what it's like, because it isn't all, what's the word? It's not Hollywood style. You know, spirit can be tedious at times. It can be, you can get nothing at times. You can get some phenomenal results sometimes, and it makes your heart go 10 to the dozen when you get some real decent communication. It really does. even if it's bad, you know, it's a bit of a fright, but it gives you a bit of an adrenaline boost, you know, because bad does come through, you know, and now I'm going to go on to Huff's demon attack. That didn't happen. That's all for the show again, you know. I've never seen so much duper's delight on somebody's face. And Debbie didn't even look at the camera. She wouldn't look at the camera. I've never seen a woman coached so much what to say. But there you go. I'm sure I'll get a reply. I can't reply to him though because I'm blocked. But I'm sure I'll get a reply on my channel from him calling me something or other, or some Kool-Aiders coming across all like, "Mia, you're so jealous because you haven't got 124,000 subs and your ITC, you know, your Truthseekers thing isn't successful." I don't want it to be successful like that. What my aim is to have only under my umbrella videos and YouTubers that are real and not, you know, trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. True communication. And if you've got a record for doing it just the once, you're not allowed in. Simple as that. That's all I can say, you know. So that's that. Take care, people. Thank you for watching if you don't usually watch, and thank you for stepping outside your comfort zone if you are a Huff watcher and you do like him, because the guy's got nice charisma, you know. I'm sure he's not a complete asshole. Well, I could tell you some stories, but we're not going to that. But yeah, he's just not the real deal. Watch him for entertainment purposes is what I say. You know, enjoy him for his entertainment. But he's not real spirit communication, especially when he's got that bloody fucking spray painted guitar speaker that he used to sell at £1,500 just because it was spray painted and had some Christmas tree lights on it. Dreadful. And like I say, the portal hinders communication. It doesn't aid it, it hinders it, okay? And finally, I'll leave you with a backward box with Marilyn Monroe and Johnny Cash. A couple of friends of mine on Truthseekers took the audio which he was saying was spirit manipulating the audio to say what it says, as in, "Johnny, are you happy?" No. What it was literally when you reverse the audio, and it's on my channel if you want to see it, when you reverse the audio, it was just how it should be. You know, it was just the YouTube video played backwards and the pareidolia of it sounding like something through the reverb. That's all it was. No spirit communication going on at all, especially with the Marilyn Monroe one. None of them. None of those Marilyn Monroe. None of the, you know, the music ITC. None of that on his channel has any communication whatsoever. It's just audio played backwards. You know, there's even a video on there entitled "When He Had the Phone." Man talks to himself and listens to his voice backwards in the cemetery with a phone which he did put up the wrong way. Why not use a microphone? Because the phone looks cool, I suppose. You know, the latest one with the SRB one, the Geiger counter portable freaking portal thing, that was aimed at Ghostbusters. When Ghostbusters came out, what's it look like? A Ghostbusters trap, doesn't it? I'm sure he meta tagged it, so when people typed in Ghostbusters, they saw, oh look, a real life, you know, Ghostbusters trap. Let's click on it, have a look, and then you find Steve Huff, and wow, you know, he's a clever guy, a real clever guy in the business, and he knows what he's doing with the media. But when it comes to spirit communication, he's the best fraud going. So there you go. And if that's not for you, come on, a little Truthseekers got. We've got so many videos. Mine, before anyone says anything, oh, yours isn't great. No, I've got some good stuff. You know, I've got, you know, sometimes nothing, but I'm real. It is real. It is what it is. I act as a support for the other people, because there's phenomenal evidence. Like, as I said, check Proven Demons' stuff out, for instance, you know. He is Mortis #2 in terms of clarity and what he gets, and it's all real. I've been there with him, I know it's real, okay? We've done collaboration together, so I know he really is the real deal. But my point is, I forgot what my point was now. Yeah, it's all real, that's what I'm saying. That's it, I'm a support. I support the other people, that's what I do. I act as a support, like a main hub between them. And I give, you know, recommendations to people who they should look at, and if they want to see some good evidence. And if they need help as well with conducting a spirit session or with anything whatsoever. I've got a great team on Truthseekers, and I want to thank all of you on Truthseekers for all your support. You know you're doing well when most of this is donations from people. I haven't asked for this stuff, but these spirit boxes, and of course the holy grail of it all, the Hack Shack 512, which goes for lots of money these days, which is sick really, because it's a $20 radio, but it does go for a lot of money. These are all donations from people who have championed me with what I do and what my aim is. So that's got to say something. And this box is a one-off. This is called Chloe. It's a very, very fast scanner box. I'm not going to turn it on now, but it's made out of an urn for your pet, I think, Chloe. This was given to me in secret. I have no idea who gave it. It was very mysterious. I'm come across. I can't be asked to tell the story, but I don't even know who gave it me. But it comes to something when you're getting a donation from somebody random. How they got my address, I'll never know. I mean, I do give my address out to people who ask for it to donate something. So yeah, that's that really. And you know, alright, I don't live in a great big house with a swimming pool out the back. It's not about that though. It's not about your money. It's not about your subs. It's about your evidence, you know. And on Truthseekers, we got plenty of it, and it blows ITC Collective evidence like Keith Weldon and all that lot with their raps out the water any day of the week, I'm telling you. But that's up to you to find out. I've said my piece now. Take care, people. Peace, love, and empathy. That's what I'll leave you with. Forget love and light. It's a tired marketing gimmick. Peace, love, and empathy. All the best.